Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast, Elliot Wilson.
This is B.I.
This is the life, man.
It feels like it, man. Shit.
Ooh,
I get used to this.
When you rolling with the rhythm and flow people, this is how they treat you, man.
Word? Okay. I'm with it.
You got Cardi B, man. Finally, Cardi B back on the Rap Radar Podcast.
I haven't seen her in a long time.
And I got Mr. T.I, Mr. Expeditiously.
Rap Radar alumnus, man. They've been here before.
Man, it's going to be incredible, man. They got the reality show competition, Rhythm and Flow. You saw it. It's pretty good.
I saw all the episodes. I'm a fan.
Believe the hype?
It's real.
We're going to talk about the show, man. Also, man, I heard Cardi working on a new album, maybe.
She's working on an album. She's everywhere. She got a new movie.
T.I with this podcast trying to take our jobs, man. We got to get to the bottom of this, man.
I got to step it up for 2020.
Tired of these people, man, but it's great, man. I can't believe we got both superstars in this building right now. Cardi B and T.I.
Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah, title. We got two prestigious guests right here, man.
Rap Radar alumnus.
We ain't seen Cardi B since she got rich. Hello, Cardi B. And conquered the rap game also. Congratulations. And T.I.
What's that?
Tip, an old friend of ours.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, man.
You guys are here because you got to take over reality TV, about to take over Netflix and everything with this Rhythm and Flow. Like, I've been hearing about this for so long. Like, what is it like for it finally to be coming out?
Excited. I can't wait to see.
I'm excited for you guys because we already lived through it. You know what I'm saying? But now for you guys to have an opportunity to see how much time, effort, energy, and attention we put into it, and the contestants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's great to see it coming to fruition.
How long was the whole process?
Let me see. Well, you talking about from conception?
Yeah.
From conception, I say, let's just call it from November to April.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of last year.
2018 to 2019.
Yeah, from November to end of March. Yeah, right.
What attracted each of you to join this? I mean, because you both are very authentic, right? So you want to make sure if I'm going to join something, this is going to be executed the way that's a high standard. It's not,
It sounds like you just answered the question.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
what assured you that it would be that way? That the
Man,
would be there?
Jesse Collins and the other producers and the people at Netflix. I mean, when Jesse came to me, and of course, we've worked with Jesse, man, throughout the years, man, with stage production on different award shows and different other television shows, yeah. And so when he called me, his reputation and our relationship already kind of, preceded the question, the ask. And when he asked me, I just was like, yo, this shit has been tried and failed so many times. So why just take another failed attempt? If we gonna do it, it has to be authentic.
Yeah. What attracted you to it, Cardi, to do it?
Well, I just love the idea. I was just excited. I feel like everybody always want to be like a judge. Like when you see competition shows, everybody want to be like a judge. Like it's like, are you kidding me? He's trash. He's good. And then it's like, why not be a judge to the genre that I'm in?
Yeah.
And I kind of know like. Not the struggle, but like the steps to become like a female artist or just any artist that's out there. So I'm like, why not? The bag is hefty.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? And Jesse made us feel very comfortable.
From jump.
It felt.
It was
really
very collaborative.
Yeah.
Each of us had our own ideas and ways that we could contribute our insight into the production that made it unique.
You guys and Chance.
Yeah, Chance, Cardi, and myself. Each of us had, like for instance, I give you an example.
Yeah, please.
I said to Jesse, okay, look, Netflix is a perfect platform to do this because it'll allow us to be authentic and to really like show in real time what's going on without any kind of censorship. So it's a perfect
Language is language.
Absolutely.
Cardi want to swear.
You dig what I'm saying? What's a Cardi without curse words?
She said "litty like a titty" or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Litty like a titty. Now where else can you get that but Netflix?
There you go.
You know what I
say
mean?
it on TV now.
But so I said for that reason, it is a no-brainer to do it here. However, traditionally, Netflix has been known to release whole seasons all at once. This is a competition show. If you do it like that, people are going to go straight to the last episode.
Who won?
Yeah.
Go right
And
to that,
then you have a spoiler alert. And they took that piece of insight, went to Netflix, and now we have an unprecedented release.
Yeah.
The way they're rolling it out is different from any other way that Netflix has ever rolled out a show on their platform.
Yeah. And it's the auditions first, like the first 4 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And then 3 with the competition, you got them battling,
Yeah.
ciphers, everything, and then the reveal of who wins.
Right.
So
well,
it's a
then
3-week
the
thing.
last episode is the reveal of who wins.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, we have the last 3 episodes, we were definitely stepping it up.
How you like the show?
I like the show.
I like the show
Yeah.
too.
It's good energy.
Like,
from
that's how
jump. It feels
collaborative
authentic.
it was. The ideas that Cardi had, Chance had, and I had, you know, they were all taken under strong consideration.
Yeah. You said it one quote in one of the episodes. You said we owe them honesty.
That's right.
Like, what is it like, Cardi, for you guys to like really critique such a wide range of artists, right? Like, you know, obviously it's different styles of hip hop and it's across the board. Like, what is it like to really dissect all these different type of artists and try to point out what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong?
I mean, you know, there was a lot of artists that is like they do hip hop, but it's just like different from what I do. But it's like that doesn't mean that I don't listen to those type of artists. And it's like I just be studying like what made those artists pop. So I'm gonna let you know what made those artists pop that you're lacking on. So it is what it is. Like I told them what's up. Like I told them like it's just like I just don't see the star quality in your song. I just don't see that bar that like impressed me, that made me like, oh my god, my titty. If I didn't hear it, I just didn't hear it, and I'm just gonna let you know because, like I said, there's a lot of people that can rap, but if you don't have that it factor, like it is what it is. Like,
Do you even ask a good question on social media? You said, can anyone even be a rock star in this day and age? Like, do you think that can still exist?
I don't think that people could be a rock star this day and
Yes,
age.
they can.
As
As long as they don't give a fuck about what other people think. That's the thing about rock stars. Rock stars do their thing, they way, in their own world. They don't give a fuck about nobody else's opinion.
Right.
And that's what makes them rock stars.
But you want to know something? It's like they also don't want to lose bags.
See, they don't give a fuck about that. That's what I'm saying. Real rock stars don't care nothing about no bag because they know that tomorrow it's another bag coming.
And there's cameras everywhere. That's another thing. There's
social
cameras
media age.
everywhere.
Yeah, social
Not
media
even the
age.
social media. There's
will
just
say-
cameras everywhere, like in
Okay.
hotel rooms. You can't vandalize things how you want to. You can't just
You can't
fucking
trash a hotel room.
trash a hotel how you want to.
Unless you buy it.
But Cardi, is it hard to evaluate female rappers? Because, you know, you're one of the hottest females in the game. Like, do you find
hottest,
pieces?
the hottest.
Well, the hottest. Let's be clear.
Hello.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But, like,
Hey,
do you find pieces of...
Bomb threats. In 3, 2.
Hey, man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Go to the Cardi's timeline. It's all
But
good.
it's just like, do you see pieces of yourself in other artists that are trying to impress you?
I see ambition, and I see that they really want it so hard. So if you really want it so hard, you will accept the criticisms and you will accept the no's, because I had to accept the no's.
Absolutely,
right.
And you want to know something? I had a debate with somebody. Not a debate. I was actually telling people the other day, like, it's like I feel like after me, I'll say that it's kind of like easier for a lot of these female artists. Like I feel like before me, there was no female rapper that was signed to a label. Well, you know, the ones that already been established.
Yeah.
Nobody was signing them.
Yeah.
Right.
And now everybody's just signing
Yeah.
them if you could rap and you got a couple of followers, because nobody want to miss the opportunity. Like a lot of labels and people miss the opportunity with me, because I went to a couple. I went to a couple of motherfuckers and they say no,
Wow.
Yeah.
no.
Was this before you did Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that, or like you shopping at the same time?
There was one before I did Love and Hip Hop, and there was just like negative. And there was one that was like, oh, you're too much on Love and Hip Hop, so that just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think you're also a pioneer, because people would think if you do the reality show, the stigma is they're not going to take you seriously as an artist.
Yeah.
You smashed that and showed them that they would.
I think she kind of kicked the doors down of being personable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most women, when they came out, they were extremely mysterious. You hardly ever heard them talk. They didn't. You know what I'm saying?
It took a while to get to know them.
Right.
We knew your personality
right.
first.
You know,
And then
from
we
the
got
Lauryn Hills even to Lil Kim's, even to the Nicki's. Like they were all, you heard them in interviews, but you never really heard them
The way you utilize
speak
social.
in discussion and that. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you got a more of a sense of her personality when she presented herself.
Right.
Yeah.
I just felt like it's like, if I'm telling you certain things, it's because I don't want another person to tell you. You're so confident, then you go somewhere and they just be like, boo. It's like, learn how to make songs and just have that star quality. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing that I always tell people when they come up and say, man, let me freestyle for you. Let me kick this 16. I'm like, bro, listen. you
could got some bars.
Yeah.
but I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can have the best freestyle, most magnificent freestyle I've ever heard in my life, and that's not going to convince me that that I should invest my money in. What's going to do that? You're going to have some form of assurance or collateral, and that usually comes from the effort and the work that you've already been putting in.
Yeah.
So what you should do is take that freestyle, go somewhere and record yourself. It's very inexpensive nowadays. Don't cost a fortune. Record yourself, create a song, get that song buzzing, shoot you a video, upload it on YouTube. Let me see how many people have support for your movement, and then you won't have to come find me. At that point, it's my job to come find you.
But to be fair, T.I., you've broken a lot of artists through the Grand Hustle label, like
I have.
notably like Travis Scott, know,
Right.
like
B.O.B.
B.O.B.,
Right.
Iggy Azalea, like, do you know when an artist is
Young
going to be
Dro.
Young Dro? Can't forget about Dro.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that to me has been one of the most fulfilling parts of my career, to be able to offer opportunity to others. Because when I remember when I was first starting out, I didn't know what to do, where to go. I just had to sell dope until I stumbled on a place where I could present my art. And
So L.A. Reid dropped you.
yeah,
see the vision.
He did. But I appreciate him for that. I thank him every time I see him. Because if he would have kept me, I would have still had an artist deal, a 16, 18-point deal. He dropped me. I went and got $2 million and a 50-50 joint venture. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. I thank LA to this day for that.
How was that artist transition for you, Cardi? Like becoming more of a full artist and knowing how to make songs. What was that transition like for you?
All right, so if you hear my first mixtape, I remix a lot of songs, and it's like more about violence and fighting and hardcore and hardcore things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, cause that's what I like, and I was so heavily, and I was so heavily influenced by Chicago rap.
Yeah.
Oh, that drill scene, the influence.
Yeah,
they
the
had.
drill scene. I
Yeah.
was so influenced by that. That was
listening
all I
to.
was listening
Yeah.
to at that time. that's my era, that's my age and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So they just kept telling me, like, you need to open up as a girl. You need to show more feelings. On your next album, you need to talk about they will ask me, people will ask me questions like, it's like, what's going on through your relationship? Are you in love? Do you love? What hurts you? And I will say it and then be like, that's what we want to hear in your music. So I needed help with that. I needed help with that type of stuff because I'm not the type of person that open up about lovey-dovey.
The vulnerability of it in that sense, yeah.
So I had to, learn and get a little help to do that. And I got amazing at it.
Yeah. Is that because I guess when artists first come in, I guess from observing with this show, it's like you first just want to prove to people that you can rap, right?
Yeah.
That you got lyrics, that you got bars, but then it's like, how do you develop substance? And then how, like you keep saying, how do we make you really care about you?
You tell your story. You tell your story unapologetically in a way that only you can tell it because you were the only one that was there. And other people who relate to that story, they gonna identify with the things you're saying. They're gonna be able to tell that it's authentic because the same way that you're describing for you is the way that it was for them.
They're related.
You know what I'm saying? Like real recognize real all the time. You know, that shit is a universal language. Being authentic is indescribably universal.
Is that the advice to artists? Because like, what example for you, Tip, do you feel like you had to get more polished as an artist to be able to tell your truth. So like,
No,
stuff
never. I
like
came
that.
in here telling my truth. I'm
talking to myself, right?
I came in the game telling my truth. Still ain't forgave myself with like one of the most honest songs still to this day I've ever made. I mean, and it was really because these are the things that I'm going through. And this is my story. This is my life. And of course, at the time when I was telling it, I felt like it was a unique story.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over time, because I felt it was unique because I was the only person that had my story or my set of circumstances that came from where I was from. This is pre-internet. So all we knew was the shit that was going on around us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Our communities.
But exactly. So I thought that shit was unique. I'm like, shit, this is special. I need to share this with the world. You know what I'm saying? And so, but when I put it out there, it's like, yeah, shit, me too, motherfucker. Right. Yeah, I feel like that as well. Yeah. I went through that. And I found that it wasn't as unique as I thought, which was like, well, damn, I thought it was a little more special than that. But I found solidarity and I recognized that there was so much more support because it was so many more people.
Yeah.
That had a similar story.
And Cardi, like Nipsey Hussle, you make reference to him. He said to you, for up and coming artists, like, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
And like, you still keep, he's obviously in the first episode, but he seems like you keep that to you, close to you.
I mean, it was the last thing that he said about me. And it's just like whenever people try to discredit me or always ask why her, because everybody constantly asks why her. Maybe her success came too fast, or what is it about her? Or people always trying to like blame my success on other things. And it's like, why her? That's the question that people to this day ask about me. And it's just like, when it's your time, it's your time. When other people don't win certain things that I won, it's not their time.
Right.
It wasn't, it was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Nip, the series literally opens with you interacting, Tip, with Nip. Talk about that. Like, that was a significant day, right? Like, that was a day you were still celebrating the Grammy nomination, right?
Later that night, after we finished filming, because we filmed there at 1500 or nothing. Then we went to the Nightingale and we filmed the auditions. And then after we filmed the auditions, I went to the Me, Snoop, Chappelle, and Jay, and 1500 or nothing, Mars, and then we went over to the Peppermint Club and we celebrated Nip's Grammy nomination. And that was a dope ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a lot of powerful intros. Like, one of the joints, you come out the copter in the middle. Tip got like the best entrances, man.
Helipad right at the top of my building where my penthouse is located.
What was it like working with this Chance guy? Like, cause you
Chance,
know him as much.
Chance,
but he's on your album actually on Best Life.
Yeah.
Had you guys interacted before? Like, what was it like forming this kind of bond, doing this show together?
We interacted before, but I think the three of us, we got a really big, good bond because it's just like everybody's just so interesting. Everybody can have a conversation. Everybody's hip. Everybody is not biased. So it's like we could just literally make a good conversation for like 30 minutes about something.
Everybody knows.
And very different.
We respect one another's talents, capabilities, contributions, and there's a mutual respect, and we all know what we don't know. I'm not finna talk more about cosmetics than Cardi. You know what I'm saying? If we talking cosmetics, Cardi got it. You know what I mean? And I think nobody feels slighted by letting the other person have the floor.
Yeah. Were you biased to any of the artists in the show? Like
the best one.
The winner.
Right.
So do you guys feel, we're not gonna say this, but do you guys feel good about the winner?
That was one guy. Listen, there was one guy. The only thing
He liked that.
The only thing
Still
is
mad?
that was this one artist that I feel should have, went
Cardi
deeper.
shut that down. Cardi shut that down.
Well, no, it was her and Chance. Her and
ganged
Chance.
up
Yeah,
on him.
hey.
I was like, all right, cool. Say less.
So 2 out of 3 rule? Like, how did you guys come up with that kind of thing?
It depends. Most of the time.
Did you have like real deliberations?
A lot of time it was me and Cardi against Chance.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
Damn, we should have just just for safety, recorded the
other
the
outcome?
private parts
Oh.
because it's like we would have like big
Would you be like a
debates.
jury behind the thing, like having
Yes.
a debate?
It was pretty deep. It was pretty
pretty
complex.
deep.
I mean, that was a paper, scissors, rock.
Yes.
3 out of 5.
But T.I., you were like the Nazi judge, like the Russian judge, man. Like, Cardi would be like, I don't know, I like him, but I'm sorry.
All right, I will
Man.
say that, but when it comes to like in the
Get 'em
room
up out of there.
and everything, it's like, listen, bro, this guy gotta go. Like you cannot deny this person right now.
Right.
Yes, we was.
But was it? But you see, people like there was a lot of crying and stuff. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of crying. Like
I don't give a
people
fuck.
get emotional, right?
I like what Cardi said, everyone has a sad story.
And
It's
I don't
so
give
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, I thought that was
Nobody
funny.
cares.
That was a great episode.
Nobody cares.
Cardi's with Jada and Fat Joe, 2 of the hardest in the game, and the day was like being all nice. And Cardi's like, "Do I gotta be the asshole?" Like I'm like, I gotta be the one.
You don't think Fat Joe was being mean?
Fat Joe was.
Fat Joe's ripping him down.
Fat Joe was
Hey,
ripping them.
He was stiff.
Joe
Joe was stiff.
He was being.
But
mean.
guess what? That's the only Joe I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that the because you guys had like how did you get other people in hip hop to really like? 'Cause you have a lot of great guest judges that come in and
Yeah, we all
play
have
good
our
roles.
own personal,
Yeah.
affiliations
Yeah.
and connections with, like Nipsey and my part, and like Fat Joe Jadakiss and Cardi's part, and even like Lupe and Twista.
And then Cardi, you brought Snoop to the table, and then you had said in the thing that he was the first one to find out you was with Child, right? Mm-hmm. Like, how did that happen? Like, and why did you end up telling him?
I think I had to do like a show with him. Like he wanted me to do like a little tour with him and everything, and I told him like it's like I'm having a baby.
Before the world knew, before
Yes.
any of us knew.
And I was so emotional. He was like, "It's going to be okay," and he was
Man,
so
Snoop
chill.
The best.
Yeah.
Snoop the best. That's the ultimate OG.
And you want to know something? I think like a lot of artists wanted to do the show as well because when it's presented, it just doesn't sound cheesy. It sounds very
To have
exciting.
you guys have
Incredible.
T.I. Chance,
Well,
Cardi B.
Absolutely, but I think that now that people get an actual proof of concept and people know the next time we call, they coming.
You're coming.
Was it great to be like part of like reality show? But like this situation, you're commanding it, right? You're in charge. Like it must be a totally different experience than the previous times you have done reality-based content, right?
Oh no, it's way different.
Yeah.
It was way different. It doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
A competition show is much better than just like, I guess, standard reality
Yeah.
content. This is actually based on the opinions of someone's performance. You dig what I'm saying? Whereas before it's just about, creating kind of like salacious content for people to
Tension, people in the same areas and
it's
fights
a little
and stuff.
different.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Well, you creating content yourself, man. You getting into this
Look at that hoodie,
podcasting
man. Look at
world
that hoodie.
Man, thank
expeditiously.
you.
You trying to take us out, man.
No, not at all.
He made that. I don't care if it was in the dictionary. He made that one.
Right? He's
Yes.
rolling with it.
Tia, why get into broadcasting?
I did
Podcasting.
Podcasting?
Quite honestly,
Yes.
because the opportunity was introduced to me. I didn't go out and solicit myself for a podcast. They knocked on my door and say, "Hey, have you ever thought about podcasting?"
Yeah.
I say, "Well, no." But what the fuck is it? And how do we? Where's the money?
There's that revenue
How is
stream.
it- How do we?
That'll be a
get the
Cardi
money?
question.
Where's the money coming? Where's it coming from? And who does it go to? How long does it take?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Just to be perfectly candid and honest, man, the people at Podcast One, they totally made me feel comfortable about, me not being censored and, me being able to be myself, being able to have the discussions that I feel need to be had to
So you
push
got
the
a
culture
discussion with
forward.
Cardi B on your platform?
And you want to know something? Not to be nice, T.I., you want to say I'm not trying to kiss your ass or anything, but I feel like a lot of people want to hear your opinion. Like I don't think you know, well, probably you do know. Like it's like your voice is so like powerful to the community. Like for example, like me, I am dying to hear your opinion about the Geiger's case.
You talking about the old girl in Dallas?
I don't know why.
It's a
And if
travesty.
I feel that way,
And a lot of the
there's so
public,
many
yeah.
people that feel that way. That's why I feel like it's
Yeah.
important for somebody like you to have
To
your
have your
platform.
outlet, to
I
have that
appreciate
platform.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, man, for me, man, I think that particular case, man, is sadly but true. It's typical. It's typical. It's exactly what I expect.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? It's exactly what I expect. I expect for a little privileged white young lady who happens to have a job as a police officer to be able to exploit and enhance her authority to the point where it allows her to take someone's life. And I would expect for the system and the people within the system to cover for her, to, make phone calls, create contingencies and excuses to where she gets less time than I was looking at for my weapons possession. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I expect that. Yes, it's fucked up. Yes, it's horrible. Now, what I didn't expect is the judge to come hug her after the sentencing, is for the brother to hug her after sentencing, and for the deputy to be fixing and playing in her hair, trying to make her feel better. That's some shit I ain't never motherfucking.
Yeah.
Now, I done been in courtrooms plenty times.
You don't see that a lot. Yeah.
I done,
Not a lot of hugging.
No, I've never been hugged by a judge. I've never been. I'm talking about guilty, not guilty, probation, jail time, prison, county.
Contempt.
Never.
Never a hug.
Never a hug by a judge.
Never a quick chest to chest.
Never.
Right, Your Honor.
Nobody ever said, I know I gave you that time. It's going to fuck you up. But
Sit down for a little
it's
bit.
going to be all right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never felt that.
Yeah.
But even you, Carl, like you do use the platform. Like, is it hard sometimes, even because you have such a strong following, and we have the access with the phone to just go out and say something when you feel like there's something you need to address? Like, is that something that you wrestle with? Like, should I speak on this? Should I not go live and speak on this?
Sometimes I wrestle because my opinion could be a little bit biased.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? It's not.
Yeah, it's
in
my
nature, it's not
opinion.
biased. It's your
Of course it is. Everybody's biased.
Well, true.
You're
Sometimes.
biased based on your upbringing, the environment you were
Experiences,
raised
yeah.
in, your culture.
That's true.
Everybody's biased. Like, to this day, nobody feels like Tupac raped that girl. To this day.
Yeah.
True.
Because we're biased.
Yeah.
Right.
We're totally biased.
What was going on here?
You don't remember when Tupac got locked up for raping the girl? They say he raped the girl in the hotel room.
I was 2 years old.
Oh,
Man.
Baby card.
I need a drink for that one.
But no, but you also have a little the New York Atlanta thing. Like Tip, you said one of them, like New York started hip hop, Atlanta, we made it our own.
yeah, we did.
True.
So
We
there's a
did.
little bit like
That's
you
a
also
bias
play
right
to
there.
you also
We
play
biased.
to the regions a little bit, like the pride we have, Cardi as New Yorkers.
But whack is whack. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck where you from. Whack is whack. That shit is universal.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit like weed money. That shit goddamn, whack is fucking whack.
Yeah. So you think it doesn't matter as much the idea of the New York? Because you said you was influenced by the drill scene at that time when you were first coming up. So how much of the region stuff do you think is important in terms of where artists is from now, in terms of trying to get on and trying to break through?
I feel like is it important? Like I don't think that people care where you from as long as it's hot.
True.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I don't care if you from Atlanta. I don't care if you from Miami. I'm just hearing it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I don't
I
care.
think the internet did that. The internet
Even
had
did
a
out.
big deal to do. It had a big hand.
We still have an expectation, like if you're from Atlanta or you're from New York, it's like a sound that we're expecting the artist to have a little bit.
Unless you are the anomaly.
That's true. But
Like, for instance, there's a sound with Houston, Texas.
right.
But then you have Travis Scott.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good point. He saw that. He early. He moved expeditiously.
Expeditiously on that one.
You did.
But what kind of sound can we expect from this new album? We talking Tiger Woods is the name of it?
Tiger Woods?
Oh my God! I was just kidding. I seen that on ESPN, but I kind of like it too.
It's kind of hot.
It is kind of high.
Or even green, because it's what's explain to people that don't know why'd you come up with Tiger Woods
Because-
as a tentative title for the next Cardi B album?
Because there was so many like court judges and everything that was talking so badly about him, like he's trash, he's whack, he should retire, and then he came back and he won that green jacket, and then there's a video of him hearing all those bad critics, and he just did this.
Looked up.
Yeah, that's how I be feeling.
But despite all your success, Cardi, you still feel like the underdog?
I do feel like the underdog all the time because I feel like I get discredited all the time. I feel like I gotta prove myself all the time. I feel like all the time when it comes to females, they are constantly comparing me to other females. And it's like, don't compare me to other females because I just have my own sound. I'm not trying to rap like them. I'm not trying to be this lyrical, things like that. I'm not trying to be nothing. I just, it's me.
That's the thing, right? Because I kind of caught, some indirect flack when I, paid homage to Cardi as well as Nicki in an installation in the mobile. Who in the fuck?
Yo,
It's like Ricky Lake show or something.
We keep it that.
You get your
Is that Chance the Rapper?
Is it Chance the Rapper?
He's in Chicago. I was saying that I caught some indirect flack because in the installation in the mobile version of the Trap Music Museum, I celebrated and acknowledged Cardi as well as Nicki in the same exhibit. And of course everybody, how could you? She hasn't been rapping long enough. She ain't put out enough. Hey, whoa, listen. You're being disrespectful to Nicki. Hey, look, when does celebrating two queens become disrespectful to one? I never understood that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is an acknowledgement. Both of these young ladies have struggled and overcame obstacles and defied the odds to put themselves in position to represent them and the next generation. Why in the hell is you trying to pin one against the other, whether they have their own personal differences or not? That ain't my job to perpetuate that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to choose a side. Unlike you lonely, miserable motherfuckers, I have my own opinion. I'm a free thinker.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And free thinkers think freely. And so I think that, there's just a Roman Colosseum gladiator kind of, we want to see blood kind of mentality that everybody in this shit takes when they observe us. And I feel like that's whack. That shit.
They're also insatiable. Like, you put out Invasion of Privacy, very perfectly executed album, great album, win album of the year. It's like, the fans also like, when's your next album? Oh my God, I need another Cardi album. It's
These
like, how do you deal with that
never
demand?
satisfied.
I just feel like now it's just a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and it's just like, wow, because some people want to hear like certain different type of beats. Everybody be like, we want to hear a different flow, and it's like, well, what the hell? We want to hear more songs talking about your feelings. We want to hear more hip hop. We want to hear more rap, and it's like, oh hell, what the? It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all gonna get what I give y'all.
That's a great point, because most of the time, motherfuckers don't know what they want until we give it to them.
True.
Yeah.
They never know what the fuck it is they're looking for until we present it. And we were put in a position because we were visionaries, because we were trailblazers, because we had an ability to be groundbreaking. We stepped out, took risks, dared to be different, and we led the pack. We didn't let the pack lead us.
Right.
Yeah.
And so whenever I hear, commentary like that from people who have that kind of typical rhetoric, I say, man, when did the tail start wagging the dog? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I came in this motherfucker telling you what the fuck was here.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I came in here telling you what the fuck was cool. What the fuck
That ain't
makes you
changed. That
think
ain't
now
changed, right?
it's supposed to be the other way around?
Yeah.
You better sit the fuck back, let me drive,
because-
let me milk this cow, we'll have ice cream later.
Cardi, you gave us a great Made in America performance too. You was climbing the scaffolds, you had the mic. Why did you give us that?
Because people pay a lot of money to see me, so I just want to give them everything that I can.
Yeah.
I just want to give them a amazing, different experience.
Then you was like, why am I up here though? Like,
Yeah, like I
lost in it sometimes.
Yeah, paying this money
Yeah.
to not only perform but to have a good time, to talk about it, and I just feel like a performance is very important.
Absolutely. I saw you took your wig off at one show.
It was coming off, so I was like, "Fuck it."
Shoes go
Did you ever get it
shoes
back?
always come off.
Shoes always come off.
Did you ever get the wig back?
Nah.
Ah, damn.
But how do you find that balance though? Because like Tip, you've gone through this, and there's even been times when I've been critical of you, and we've had our differences. Like when an artist like they have a hardcore base, but then you have mainstream success, and finding that balance, right? Because people say, "Oh, this person went too commercial. We don't want you to go here."
Oh my gosh, I just had this conversation yesterday. So let me tell you something. Some podcasters, I keep saying this, some podcasters were having a conversation about me. Like, it's like, oh, like they're not, something about the records that I have been putting out lately, like they're just a little bit too pop, and that I'm not caring about hip hop because now I'm focusing on other things. So I just saw hip hop as a lick. And it's like, it's not that. It's just because, all right, I did a goal this year. I want to make a certain amount of money. So in order for me to make this certain amount of money, I have to perform these amount of shows so I could get it. So I have been performing back to back to back.
Strategic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I have did rhythm and flow. That took a lot of my time. I could have been
Still taking a lot of
it still took a lot of time.
You're here now.
We're still here
Thank you.
now.
I'm glad you're here.
Then it's like
Hustlers movie.
The Hustlers movie. Press and the day of doing the Hustlers, and then doing the Fashion Nova, like designing the pieces. I literally have to design these pieces, and I gotta go to these meetings, make sure they good, the material as well, back and forth. And then I have a child.
Right.
Mother.
I'm a whole mother. Like and it's just like people saying like, oh, I saw it as a lick so I could go to do something else. I'm supposed to go get the bag. I'm supposed to expand my brand. Like, it's not that I don't love hip hop. It's just like it's like when it comes to hip hop, people are so wishy-washy, especially when it comes to females.
Yeah.
That it's just like, I gotta secure my shit.
I tell Cardi all the time, man, fuck these motherfuckers.
Yeah, he tells me all the time.
Man, fuck these people,
What do
man.
you mean by that, Tip?
I just fuck these people, bro. Man, listen, man.
told me that.
Our job is to entertain.
Yeah.
We're very good at what we do, but one thing ain't nobody on this motherfucking earth gonna do is tell me what the fuck I need to be doing.
If it feels right to you as the artist, you
Right.
still got to do.
I am gonna come.
Right?
Whatever they want me to come with, I'm gonna come in on the album.
Man.
Go hard.
With those kind, that intro, the type of stuff where you just shut them all up, shut them down. Like
I'm
you do
gonna
intro.
have to shut them all down. But it's just like, that shit got me so mad. Like,
You gotta
it's
have
like,
it inspires the best
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, that
application of
content.
skills out of us. But at the same time, you gotta develop the mentality of fuck that shit. Cause that shit'll drive you crazy if you
Yeah.
But do you look at it as a challenge of how to approach your next album? Like artistically, do you have a vision yet of how you think you want to execute it?
I have a vision, and I definitely have like a vision for like the intro, and it's coming so far. Every criticism, every little bullshit, I'm
Stacking
taking
it up.
in, because it's like I cannot really talk anymore much about stripping. I did it already.
Right.
So now I gotta talk about my new life. Like, this is a
The
whole
life since
new
then.
life.
Since invasion
I
of
know you
privacy.
had I saw in a previous interview you said you had a song about culture, and you said when you listen to it, it makes you cry. Would that actually make the album this time around?
When I did that song, my daughter wasn't born yet.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't make the album because my nose was so stuffy, and I only had one day to turn in the album, that it's like, it just didn't make the cut. So now I just will probably talk about, now I won't probably make a motherly song, but there's like so much songs that I have already made talking about my kid. Like,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you're almost excited to tackle new subject matter. Really capture what your life's been like these last couple of years.
Yeah.
And the
What's
major changes.
the process like recording? Because you're so busy, like, you know, movie sets, you're doing the show, like.
send me beats. I tell everybody, send me beats, send me beats, send me beats.
Oh.
Send me beats
Oh, Brooklyn
and send
Johnny,
me hook.
right? Brooklyn Johnny? Should
Yeah.
we still harass him?
Shout
Send me
out to
beats.
Brooklyn Johnny. You know,
Brooklyn Johnny, boy.
We were kicking it at the Copper Cove in Atlanta. That's Rug Spot. You know, and we have some mutual acquaintances.
Brooklyn Johnny pulled up on me when I was looking like a bum in Union Square. I was at the
Word.
light about to cross the street in a Maybach.
Word.
Rolled down the window. Hey, B-That, what's up? I'm like, oh, shit. Shout out to Johnny.
But salute to you guys, man. I know you got to go, but congrats on the show, man.
Yeah,
it feels like it's going to be a successful. Like, do you gauge what success is for this project?
I would gauge the success of this project. The barometer would be the success of the winner.
So you really were trying. And they got 250K, right? Big money?
Yeah, they got $250,000.
Quarter mil. Well, salute to them. We're going to check it on Netflix. Special rollout. 4 episodes, 3 episodes, then 3 episodes. Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be big, man.
Man.
You guys set the bar with it, this thing. I think it's going to change
Man.
people's perception of it, right? That this
Yeah.
can be done with authenticity.
It's an honor
Quality.
to be able to be a part of something so groundbreaking with such prolific counterparts.
I know, Cardi, you said, you know, you want to have some pop so they can't dish you long term.
Yeah.
Fuck these people, man. If you live for the cheers, you will die by the booze.
Damn.
Fuck these
Get that
people,
shmoney.
man.
Get that shmoney.
Fuck these people, T.I.
Fuck these people. Expeditiously.
Yes. Because he says that so much.
Word up.
You mean
Because everybody throw their opinion around, right? But their opinion of you, if you were doing exactly what they suggested that you should be doing, but you still weren't happy and you still didn't succeed, they'd be like, look at this dumbass doing what everybody wanted to do. See? Trying to please people.
I told him not to listen.
Told him. You know what I mean? Man, fuck these people, man.
Words to live by, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you
it.
guys.
Live for
man.
yourself, man.
Thank you, guys.
What's up to
Love
that?
and
Fuck
Straight to that?
Cheers.
Salud.
Yeah.
Cheers. Water for
Go
Cardi.
ahead, get yourself some water. All right now.
Fuck these people, Cardi.
Fuck
Yes,
these
sir.
people, man.
Fuck these people.
Fuck these people, man.
Except for rhythm and flow.
Yeah.
Rap It on podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure you stream Rhythm and Flow on Netflix.